and welcome to my newest video. So this is my completed pages for the month of October. Here's just a few of the books that I have completed. Well, not completed, but you know, I've done a page in. Firstly, excuse my voice. I am recovering from flu. I've done a COVID test. I've not got COVID. I'm all good. I've just got flu. But I am slowly recovering. Secondly, ignore the birds, as soon as I record they decide they want to be on one. So I do still have a few whips this month that I'm not going to get around to finishing before I recorded this video. So I thought I would go ahead and show these as well because I do want to finish them. It just might be in between doing next month's pages or something. So the first one we have is from Teacup Kittens by Kayomi Harai. And this is just a simple page. So some of these pages in here have colour palettes that you can go from, and some of them don't, like this one. They are really adorable images. So I thought I'd do the Halloween one, obviously. My cat will eventually be black, but when I do a marker base, I like to do it a lot lighter, so then I can build up the colour with pencil work. I have started colouring the shading on the teapot. You can see a little bit of shine there. So yeah, I used a Pro Marker base and I'm using Polychromos for the shading. I'll probably pop in some white Posca little marks as well. So that is that. If you want to see the Pro Markers I used, they're here. And I was also planning on using some glossy accents on the kitten's eyes, but obviously I haven't put that on there yet. So that is that page. Excuse me. Next we have Fairy Celebrations, and I'm doing a double page spread in here, hence why it's not finished as well, for Halloween. I'm doing this with Arteza watercolour pencils. Really having fun with it. So this page won't take a lot of completing. I have done a couple of elements down here on this side. But yeah, I'm still enjoying it, so I don't mind if it's going to go sort of over Halloween because it's still autumnal. And yeah, I'm really loving it. So that is Fairy Celebrations by Clara Markova. And the other whip I have is from Beauty of Horror 3. This is another double page spread, but I might do this side another time. I may just complete the one side. Sometimes I do that. Sort of breaks the picture down a bit. So for this page I was using Polychromos, I believe. I have got it written down in my little book, but it's really smooth and it's blended nicely, so I'm pretty sure it's Polychromos. So yeah, that is that one from Beauty of Horror 3 by Alan Robert. So now we'll get on to the pages that I have completed. The first one is Autumn Dreamlings by Edwina McNamee, and I completed this page. This was a buddy colour with Sam from the Buddy Colourist group, and I will insert her picture here. So for this one I used Pro Markers as a base and then Artworks pencils for the shading on the owl and the pumpkins. I was going to shade everything, but again, I was poorly. I didn't sort of feel up to it, so I just called it after I'd shaded the owl and the pumpkins. I used white Posca for the stars in the background, and I've also used glossy accents for the eyes, the beak, and also the berries, as you can see. So that is that page, and that's Autumn Dreamlings. Next we have 50 Spiral Mandalas by Camellia Angel Cover. Now, yeah, the page I did was this one with Ashley, and Ashley went ahead and we did try to find like a colour scheme, but everyone that I picked out, Ashley was like, I like that, but no. So in the end she made up her own colour scheme and I just went with it. So these were Arteza Ever Blends, and I also used a white Posca for some detailing, and this is how it came out. I did a little boo-boo down here, but you know, it is what it is. So yeah, there's black glitter gel pen in there as well, which is an Arteza one, as you might be able to pick up. So that is that page. I think that's all I did in here. Next we have the Beauty of Horror 4, and as some of you may know, we worked on this page on my live streams. I finished it in my own time. But yeah, it is the Chucky page. And again, this is Beauty of Horror 4 by Alan Robert. So for this page I used... Good question, Zoe. What did you use? I know I used Arteza gouache for the background. Pencil wise, I used Black Widows. That was it. I used Black Widows for all the pencil work. And then the dark black line around the letters here was just used with a Stabilo 68. So yeah, I had so much fun colouring this page, and it may be one of my favourites for the month. I love how it turned out. So that is that one. Next we have Sun and Moon Mandalas by Camellia Angel Cover. And this was a buddy colour with Ashley. One night we sat down together on video chat and just felt like doing a couple of mandalas. So this one was a pick your own colours. So I decided to go with an all blue colour scheme. And for that I used my Artex blue marker set. So there are so many of these sets out, and this is the blue set. And if I grab my little, oops-a-daisy. If I grab my little sheet, I can properly show you the colours in it. So these are the colours in the blue set. They're really nice actually, because I mean most markers, like pro markers, I'm going off on a tangent here, the fine tip is fine, but not as fine as you sometimes need it. So with the Artex you've got your chisel tip, which is nice and big, and then your fine tip is actually a fine tip. Like it's a lot finer than some of the other markers out there. But yeah, that is the Artex markers. Just pop that back in there for now. The other things I used on this page were white Posca pen and the Spectrum Noir Sparkle pen in the shade Aquamarine. And look how beautiful that is. I've just rediscovered my sparkle pens and my love for them. So now I want to collect more of them because I've got about a dozen. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I've got 9 and the clear. So now I want to collect all the other colours because they are so sparkly and beautiful. But that is that page. I think that's the only one I did in here. Next we have 50 Dream Catchers to colour by Camellia Angel Cova. And we did this page. This is my other favourite for the month. So again, we had a colour scheme. These are colours that Ashley picked out herself in the Arteza Ever Blends for our base. So as you can see, that's where I used them. And then I also used Arteza Everblend pencils, Arteza Expert pencil, sorry, and white Posca pen. And what I did for this was drew in the little tombstones, and when I saw this I sort of had an image for it because this reminded me of like a hill. So I've coloured that in green so it resembles grass, and then I used the reel of sellotape, as I often do, and drew round the middle of it for my moon. Coloured all the background in, and then finished off by outlining my moon in white Posca pen and doing some stars with it. So I also white Posca'd these to look like apples on the tree, and then obviously on the beads to make them look shiny. But yeah, I absolutely love this page, and it's probably one of my favourite Camellia Angel Cova pages I've done. So that is that. Next we have Chibi Girls by Jade Summer, and I completed this page. This was quite early on in the month, one of the first pages I did. Again, I didn't do everything in pencil because I wanted my potion to stand out and the girl to stand out from some of the other bits. So I used Arteza watercolour pencils, Black Widow pencils, Spectrum Noir markers, white Posca pen, silver and gold gel pen, and some glossy accents on her eyes, as you can see. I believe this was a buddy colour, so I will insert some pictures here of the ladies that did this page with me. And that is that page. Oh yeah, I also, talking of glossy accents, I also used them on the little frog on his spots and eyes. It's so cute. So that is that page from Chibi Girls. Next we have Horror Creatures, Dots, Lines and Spirals. For this one I decided to do the second page in the book, and for a long time I couldn't figure out what this was, and then I suddenly saw it before I finished it, and I was like, it's the girl that crawls out of the well from the ring. So yeah, 18th of October this was finished, and the only pens I use in here are the black ultrafine Sharpies. I suppose you could use fine liners, etc. I wouldn't recommend gel pens because you can literally use one whole gel pen, if not two, sometimes on these dots, lines and spirals. I know Ashley from Ashley's Colouring Creations uses Crayola Super Tips, but for me that's not a fine enough nib, and I could see myself like going over the lines, so I stick with the black Sharpie Ultrafine. And yeah, it gives quite a good finish, I think. So I've done a few pages in here now. Okay, next we have a new book that was purchased this month. This is Halloween Patterns by Jade Summer, and this was a buddy colour with Sam. And she picked this page for us to do. So with Jade Summer, they've now started, which I like very much, putting the page numbers and everything. And when I come to filming my next video, you'll see why I'm liking the fact that there's page numbers on there. So for this, I used a base of Spectrum Noirs and Pro markers. I used an Arteza Silver metallic gel pen. I used a gold glitter gel pen and a white Posca pen. And yeah, everything else was just done in marker. A nice simple page, but it took quite a long time to do because there were so many elements, and I wanted to go over the lines of all the webs and things apart from these ones in the corners with the white Posca, just to make them pop a little bit. So I will include Sam's picture here, so you can see what that looks like. She did a great job. So yeah, that is that page from Halloween Patterns by Jade Summer. Next we have Geometric Mandalas by Jade Summer. Excuse me. And this was a 5-pen challenge, but I picked the colours this time, I think. Pretty sure I did. So I picked Orchid Purple, Fluorescent Pink, Pumpkin Orange, Noir and Lime Green, all in the Arteza Everblend pencils. And then I also did some detailing over the top with the white Posca pen. So yeah, again, nice simple image. I hadn't coloured many in these Geometric Mandala books, so I wanted to try and do sort of a Halloween-y inspired page, sort of colour-wise, so that's what I came up with. If you want to see Ashley's, I'm not showing her pictures because obviously she has her own channel. So if you would like to go and see Ashley's finishes of these pages, please do go and check out her channel. I will link it in the description below as well. But yeah, that is Geometric Mandala Colouring Book by Jade Summer. Next we have Mythical Maidens and Curious Creatures, and this must have been done so early in the month because, yes, it was. I don't remember doing it until I just see the picture again. So this is Vesper, and this was a buddy colour with Sam and Rebecca. I think it was just us two ladies that did it. I used Arteza Everblends as a base, Arteza Expert pencils for shading, a Posca white and also a gold. Where did I use the Posca gold? Oh, for the outline, the border of the image. And yeah, I've also used a black Arteza glitter gel pen on the lattice work on her arms. So that is is that image. I love how that turned out. I love my glow on the rocks at the back here. And yeah, I decided to do stained glass windows in the back. And as you can see, it was an early one. Started on the 5th, finished on the 6th. So, nice page to start off the month of Halloween. Okay, 2 books left. We have Halloween Colouring Book by Jade Summer. And this was a buddy colour with Lynn, Miss Lynn. I think it was just us 2 that did it. So this is the image that we did. And for this I used Arteza Everblends as a base, Arteza Expert pencils for shading, and it says a little bit of white Posca pen, but all I can see is a tiny amount on that flower there. So, very tiny amount of Posca pen, but it's there nonetheless. Love the colours for this. Nice and bright. So I will include Lynn's picture here. In fact, I may need to turn it that way round so you can see it better. I will include Lynn's image here. And yeah, that is that picture. Had a lot of fun doing that one too. I do like the buddy colours. And last but not least, we have Adorable Owls by Jade Summer. Still plodding through this book, trying to get them finished. So this was a buddy colour with Ashley. And I think we just coloured it how we wanted to on this one. So I used Arteza Everblends, I think. And for the background, for the moon, well, we was a little confused because there's this ginormous moon, but then there's a little moon. So we were a bit baffled by it. And so, you know, we were thinking of doing a background, but both of us have decided against it. I don't think we could be bothered. So for the moon, I think, I used the Arteza acrylic iridescent paints. And the ones I used was actually the yellow and the white. Now the white has a pink sheen in it. So when I mixed them, you can kind of get that warmth from the pink in there as well, slightly. But yeah, that is my little owl from Jade Summer's Adorable Owls. So we're getting them done. I'm loving this book. I really want Jade Summer to bring out a second one. But that is all of my images for this month. If you'd like to join me in my next video, I'm going to be showing you something else that I want to do on a monthly basis after I have recorded my monthly coloured pages. So be sure to look out for that. I'm not going to say exactly what it is just yet, but it's something I've devised and I hope you enjoy it. So don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell because it really helps our channel to grow, and this channel is for you guys as well as me. Until my next video, happy colouring! Bye everyone!